afternoon, everyone. It is Monday afternoon. I just put my little one down for a nap. We got back from running some errands. I am hoping to be able to get through this video without having to do editing. I don't have high hopes though. We'll see. So I have, surprisingly enough, a Yankee haul. I will tell you, I do not shop at Yankee, with Yankee, for Yankee, a whole heck of a lot anymore. This video is, the first part of this video is going to be like just a slight Yankee rant. Just because I have no one else to talk about this with, because outside of the YouTube wax community, the wax community on Facebook, the people in my real life are not as obsessed with candles and wax as I am. So this is my one opportunity to get my feelings out about this. So I am fortunate enough to have a Yankee candle nearby. I've always had one nearby. Now I'm even closer to it. I have been going to the outlet mall where this Yankee is located probably since I was an infant. I mean, my mom, I'm sure, has gone shopping with me there when I was a baby. To the Yankee specifically, I remember going there as young as like 10, 11, 12 years old. Even as a kid, I was into home fragrance. I kid you not. So this Yankee outlet is very nostalgic for me. And I always stop in there to smell the new seasonal collections. Now, in the past 4 or 5 years, the number of times that I go in there to smell the collections versus the amount of time I actually walk out of there having purchased something, that ratio is way off. I would say probably in the past 5 years, I've maybe made a purchase maybe 2 or 3 times. I have not been impressed. Now, back in about 2012, 2013 is when I kind of drifted away from Yankee. I used to be all about Yankee. And then I drifted away from them a little bit because I felt like Centro was really tanking. It just was poor. I mean, you could have a Yankee going, and unless you were hovering your nose close enough to the candle, to the flame, where you could almost get your nose hair singed, you could not smell it. And that is just crazy to me. Even back then when the candles were priced differently, you know, $26 a piece or so, I felt that was ridiculous. But now at that price point of $34, my gosh, just absolute no. So this was right around the time in 2013 when vendor wax was becoming popular. Several of the YouTubers that I watched on a regular basis were dipping their toes into the pool of vendor wax and had nothing but good things to say. So I tried it out myself finally. And when I did, I like never looked back. Vendor wax is amazing. I have it featured in various forms on my channel here. I can't speak highly enough, especially at bakery. Our wonderful vendors who do wax, they have mastered bakery. So I still did a lot of purchasing from Bath and Body Works and Kringle, Homeworks, but Yankee, not so much. And again, it's because of that poor throw, the poor performance. Now, as of about, I don't know, a few years ago, so even though performance was poor, I actually thought that they came out with some pretty good collections, like some pretty good fragrances. Now, a few years ago, that changed for me too. I don't know what happened. I heard that they were like maybe bought, or they're part of a bigger conglomerate now. I don't really know all the details about that, or I forgot the details. But I can tell you that it would not surprise me if that is the case, because they went in this really weird, like, conceptual direction that I don't know why they did that, I guess. I mean, like, I could see 1 or 2 fragrances in a collection maybe being conceptual, but it's like every single one in these collections. And the problem is they don't really do them well. I think conceptual fragrances can be excellent in the really high quality, like, luxury candles. So with those luxury candle brands, a lot of times they're using very high quality fragrance oils or actually true pure essential oils and using large quantities of them, which is probably why those candles, you know, can range from $80 to $120, $150, way out of my way out of a price point where I could ever purchase those on a regular basis, but I do enjoy them the few times that I've had them. And it seems like that's what Yankee's trying to do, but the problem is I don't think that they're using quality enough oils to be able to do that and to do it well. And it just comes off, all of their fragrances now come off as kind of like cheap, perfumey cologne-y to me in a sense. They seem to be like putting black pepper in everything, which I don't know why they do that, because that also overtakes a fragrance. So if you have lighter notes in that fragrance and then you put black pepper in there, it's, you know, unless you blend that really well, it's I don't know. I really don't understand. This past collection, that the mainline holiday collection that they had, I went into the store a few weeks ago. I smelled everything. I was planning on walking out with some milk cups. I did not end up walking out with anything because I didn't like them. I went in there today to smell this collection because I had heard good things about this on Facebook. The Apres ski collection, I think that's how you say it. Apres? I think Apres. And again, not super impressed. I came out with one of these in milk cup form. The rest is actually a 6 for $60 sale that they had. Now, the sales at Yankee Candle Outlets, I was actually just watching a video from another local YouTuber that lives around me and goes to that same outlet. And she had mentioned in her video that she feels like the outlet sales are now more so similar to the retail sales, like they're not as good. And I agree. It used to be that you could walk into that store and you would get a great deal on something. They used to do that 6 for $60 sale on a regular basis, and it would be the whole store, not just like a select couple of tables. This time they had the 6 for $60 going, but it was just a couple of tables. I did find some I liked. It's just hard when it's $10 a candle, and Yankee is so nostalgic for me. It's hard not to walk out with anything when they have that going on. And there were a few wood wicks that I was really interested in, which is more so why I just ended up doing the 6 for $60. So I have talked about this a lot. I've ranted about Yankee enough. I think that without further ado, we'll get into the haul. So let me start with the one. Let's see, I'm trying to find it. The one milk cup that I got from the ski collection. Okay, this is Slopeside Spritz. Now, I don't have the notes in front of me, but this is supposed to be like a holiday cocktail effervescent fragrance with citrus in here. Let me smell it. Okay. Yeah, so here's the thing with Yankee. They don't do effervescence well, or I should say at all. There's no effervescence in here. Not the way that like vendors do, like vendor waxes. But it is a beautiful, bright citrus that does remind me, maybe like a little bit of cranberry in here too. And it does remind me of like a holiday cocktail. There's like, it's not pine or like a balsam fragrance, but there's something in here that like almost reminds me of like a slight, maybe a slight gin note, but like not in a liquor form, just with that hint of like juniper, I guess. Yeah, this was the only one that I liked. The rest weren't terrible, but they were pretty basic. And I was not going to pay $6 for 2.2 ounces of wax. That's ridiculous. I can get almost double that amount of wax from vendors for that price. So there was just no way I was doing that at that price point. They used to have pretty good sales on these milk cups. you used to be able to get them for like $3 a piece on a regular basis. I have not, and maybe I'm just not looking, but I haven't seen one of those sales in a long time. Now the only time that you really end up getting 50% off the milk cups is when they like actually go on sale, because the collection, you know, it's like the past season now. So the others, let's see here, we have Santa in the Sky. That one was, or Santa, oh no, Santa on Skis, not Santa in the Sky. Santa on Skis. That one was sweet with some clove. Holiday Winterfest, that was the, that was kind of the one that was a little bit, so that smelled like fresh fallen snow. That actually wasn't bad, but just not unique enough for me to purchase for $6. And then the last one was Summit Stargazing. That was nice. There was a little bit of a floral in here. I think a little bit of jasmine. That actually could have been an any time of year fragrance, because I don't know that necessarily screamed winter to me. That was nice, but again, just not unique enough. I wanted to try this because this does give me winter vibes, I guess you could say. And I wanted to see if there is any effervescent note on warm, which I doubt it because there isn't on cold, but I haven't purchased anything in vendor wax that is like a holiday cocktail note, you know, that like champagne, that fizzy type of fragrance yet. So I thought I would try it. And the other reason is because they had, for some reason, I have no idea why, but they had this one 65% off, like on their clearance shelf way in the back. I don't know why. None of the others, but just that one. So maybe they got too many and they like started to clearance them off. It was kind of odd. So anyway, I will do a review on this one. I'll probably pop this in the warmer tonight and do a review tomorrow. Okay, so let's get into the candles. Okay, so like I said, I have three wood wicks and then two apothecary jars and one of the 2-wick tumblers. So this is apple basket, spiced blackberry, and pumpkin butter. Now, I'm assuming that this goes by color. Okay, so this is probably pumpkin butter. This darker wax here in the center is probably that spiced blackberry, and the top is probably apple basket. So I'm guessing that really the only thing I'm smelling when I smell this is apple basket, like smelling, because you're just smelling the top of the wax. But it's really good. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's just it's a beautiful spicy apple. And I was really curious as to what the pumpkin butter is going to smell like, as well as the blackberry. So I thought for $10, let me give it a try. I don't know about these wicks. I think I burned a wood wick. The last time I burned a wood wick was, 15 years ago. So, and I remember it being kind of fun because they crackle, but I don't remember how that impacted like performance of the candle. So I am curious to see what we get in terms of scent throw and how clean of a burn this is. So that is, yep, apple basket, spiced blackberry, pumpkin butter. So I plan to do a review on all these as I burn them. Okay, next one is, oh my gosh, these tops just keep coming off. I'm sorry for the loud noises. This is magnolia birch, juniper and spruce, lavender and cedar. Now I thought this would be a great candle for not just the holidays, but like after the holidays, like January, February, because this isn't just a holiday candle, right? This kind of reminds you of winter in general. And again, this is a tri-layer. So I'm assuming that the only thing I'm smelling on cold is the top layer, which is magnolia birch. And it's nice. Yeah, it's really nice. It's not overly floral. I'm gonna take a breath because I'm inhaling so deeply. It's it's not a balsam wood. It's, again, I don't know if I'm necessarily picking up birch, but there's a woodiness to this that isn't super overpowering like balsam can be. Yeah, it's nice. I'll have to see. Again, how that performs when it's burned, as well as what these other two fragrances smell like. So, okay, so those are the two tri-layers that I got. And then, I'm gonna try not to clink the top this time. I picked up sheer, this is the only one that they had of this one. And this is sheer tuberose. Sheer tuberose. I'll put these two back here. So sheer tuberose. This is just a beautiful floral. If you don't like floral, you would absolutely hate this. It's not like rose. It's not powdery. Yeah, it's just not like that traditional rose. It's hard for me to describe. Yankee has a fresh cut roses. That's like a heavy, heavy rose. This is just almost like a jasmine and rose combined. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now I do like floral. I don't like overly powdery floral. I'm not a fan of that, but I like floral. So excited to burn that. Okay, and then I'm gonna reach over here and grab my other three. So this is the 1 2-wick tumbler that I got. And this is in sweet apple and fig. Sweet apple and fig. I don't know what collection this came out in. I don't remember. I have no idea. I'm not even gonna try and guess. I don't know if this was 2 years ago. I don't know if this was 5 years ago. I don't know. But I like it. I like it because I like fig a lot, but sometimes it can be, if it's not blended well, it can be like too earthy and just almost problematic with the wrong blend. But this is nice. There's just like that slight earthiness from the fig, and then a beautiful Macintosh apple. And on the label, there's a picture of like a cocktail. So, and it does kind of give me a drink impression, similar to Slopeside Spritz. So I'll have to look up the notes on this one, and I'll review it. So I'll look up the notes before I actually do a review. Okay. That is apple and sweet fig. 2 more. They gave me a ton of these coupons. I have like 2 more, so I guess I'll just, I don't know, give them away. I'm not going to use these coupons because this is, you can buy 1, 2, or 3 and then get the same number free. Even half off, I wouldn't pay half off for these candles. So again, this is all my opinion, but we'll have to see. And maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised as to, with how these perform and how the tumbler performs. Now, these 2 are the apothecary jars that I got for my last 2 of the 6. I am not sure how these are gonna do, but I couldn't turn them down because I had heard amazing things about these back in the day. Autumn Lodge. I've smelled this, I've never burned it. At least I don't think so, but I smelled it before. And it is so good. This is what their new fragrances should smell like. Oh my gosh, this is good. It's woody. It is like you are in a cabin during the fall. It's like a combination of they have like their leaves fragrance. I can't remember, is it Autumn Leaves is their kind of fresh fallen leaves fragrance. It's like a combination of like autumn leaves and like a beautiful wood and some sort of vintage quality here, and maybe like a wool blanket smell as well, and just maybe a touch of spice. Oh my gosh. Why can't they do fragrances like these anymore? So good. I will probably get that going soon. Soon, because I'm really excited to burn that, and I am praying that I get some decent throw. Okay, last but not least, I'm gonna make this kind of quick because I can hear my little ones waking up. And this is Fresh Mint. This is another returning favorite, Fresh Mint. Now, I have never burned this one either. I have smelled it though, again, but just never purchased it to burn. Oh no, that's not true. Okay, well, partially true. I never burned it. However, I did melt a tart in this, and I loved it. I loved it. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, this is a beautiful mint. What this is not a peppermint. This is not a spearmint. This is a beautiful herbal garden mint. Oh, I love it. Okay, so yeah, so I will do reviews on all of these as I burn them. And I'll make sure I have the notes for all of these too when I do the reviews, so we can kind of do that comparison as to what I'm actually picking up in the fragrance versus what is, what they say is in there. So this I'll do first though, because, this is part of the new collection. So if you're interested in picking that up, you might be anxious to know what they smell like. But again, I only picked up the one, the Slopeside Spritz. I may go back and pick up the other, I think there's 3 more. I'm debating about it. I'm not sure yet. I might just for the sake of trying them now that I think about it, because they had them in the wax melts too. And I think next week, if they have any kind of deal on the wax melts, I might go pick them up, because I am, as I talk about it, I am getting more curious. But the wax melts are priced like, I think about the same as the melt cups, and they actually, there's more. I think there's more like 2.5 ounces. So they're technically a better deal. So anyway, okay. Enough speaking my thoughts out loud. If there's anything in particular that you are really curious about that you'd like me to burn after I melt this, please let me know. I'm happy to do that. But look out for videos of all of these candles coming up here in the next month or so. Thank you for watching.